Welcome back to Bay Sunday. Now, he spent the bulk of his life helping those to organize their lives, mainstream their business. He's a consultant with several books on organizing and leadership, not to mention a history teacher as well. His latest book, though, goes much deeper and a lot more personal. It's called Two Among the Righteous Few, a story of courage in the Holocaust, about a Dutch couple that saved over 24 Jews during World War II. Pleased to have Marty Brounstein with us. How are you?
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Well, tell us, I mean, first of all, you wrote books on communicating, coaching, mentoring, managing a team for dummies.
Correct.
This is a complete 180, heading a completely different direction with a lot of personal pull, too.
Yes.
Where did you come about this story?
I always say it's a story I stumbled into by accident on a trip to the Netherlands in May of 2009 with my wife, who's originally from there.
Yeah.
And through a series of events you'd call, people often say serendipity, we go look to find my wife's beginnings, because there is a connection she has with this story. And through one thing led to another, we reached the home of where the Weinackers, this is about this couple, Franz and Weinacker, the heroes here. They're not alive, but their children are. Mm-hmm. And we're able to reconnect with their 5 children, which one thing led to another that eventually leads to this story.
And this is a Dutch couple during World War II,
right?
Catholic.
Yes.
That went on during Nazi Germany was housing these people and taking care of Jews to protect them from the Nazis.
Yeah, under Nazi Germany occupation, yeah. Right. So the Netherlands was occupied for 5 miserable years, and it was the worst of all the Western European countries under Nazi Germany rule. Contrary to popular belief, most people weren't getting involved to help the Jews who were the #1 target to be sent to the death camps. Over 75% perished in the Netherlands. This couple got involved when most wouldn't. And there are a lot of people who did get involved, not a lot, but who were helping more non-Jews who also had to hide. They helped all Jews, which was very amazing because the risks were deadly. And they had 4 little children at the same time, all under the age of 5 when they got into this.
Sure.
And one thing led to another. And it started as initial call for help. Would you help take this girl out of Amsterdam? Franz was on there one day doing his black market business of selling meat and eggs. And okay, what the heck? He's a helpful guy. He didn't really know what he was getting into, but one thing led to another, and over time, more people come, the resistance reaches out to him and say, will you help more, and go around the area and be a broker and recruit people. And it lasted for 2 years.
Unbelievable. Now, one woman got pregnant.
That's right. I always tell audiences as we're going to this now, as I have a very meaningful personal connection to this story and its heroes.
Yeah.
And among the 24+ Jews that they will save, after a few children they took in a young married couple, similar in age to them. And it turns out that the wife was already pregnant, which was a huge dilemma, near impossible situation under Nazi Germany occupation. Mm-hmm. So Franz and me decide they'll deal with it, because they could have sent her away. And in brief, they performed a miracle, and they got the baby born, even registered her with the authorities as their child, so that she could be with their small children rather than a baby in hiding. So a little over 7 years ago, I married that baby.
Oh, that's amazing. And for you to go in, and now Franz and me have passed.
Correct.
How many kids do they have?
5.
5. And you pieced this all together by talking to them and through research?
Yes, the historical research, the accidental visit that starts all this, through the serendipity when we meet in the actual home where this took place. One of the sons lives and owns it today, Franz Jr. And the family helped us with this also, because most of the people they helped are no longer alive.
Yeah.
But one of the people they connected us to was the very first person they took into hiding, who was a teenage girl at the time. She is next month turning 86 years old. She lives in Haifa, Israel. And when we started doing more research and going back to the family, we had a trip planning to Israel anyway at the time, April of 2010. And Shula Schwartz, we got to meet in person, and she also gave us a lot of help in putting this together.
What kind of reaction? Have they seen the book?
Yes. We've gotten both from the family, the Weinacker family, through their children, because they don't speak much English, but they've told them about it, and through Shula herself, who does speak English. They've been very positive. In fact, the Weinacker family said, thank you for creating a legacy we can pass on to future generations.
It's a story that needs to be told.
Yes.
And there's countless stories like that that are sadly dying off.
Yes.
We talked about Schindler's List off camera, someone that did some wonderful things for the Jewish people. Movie, maybe? Somewhere down the road, something like that?
There is I've been on a journey, an unexpected journey for well over 2.5 years, sharing the story with a wide variety of audiences, nearly 260 events. And audiences have been starting to tell us for a couple of years, you ought to think about getting that made into a movie.
Well, it's the first thing I thought of. I went, oh my God.
And you did as well. And it's like, well, that's easier said than done. And so the beginning stages are finally happening all in the last few months. I now have a producer on board who's now starting the efforts. Obviously, we're looking for investors. Come like us on our Facebook page.
Sure.
And so the early stages to move it in that direction have started. So, you know, we hope we can make it. Wow. We definitely have. We've had people tell us this is, and these two people are Oscar Schindlers. They also got the heroic honor from the Holocaust Museum in Israel of Righteous Among the Nations.
This book really changed your life, this journey,
It
right?
definitely has. It definitely has. Much to my wife's chagrin sometimes.
Well, it's a great story, and thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you. Good luck with the book.
Thank you.
Hopefully that movie someday, too.
Yes.
If you can purchase a copy of Two Among the Righteous Few, A Story of Courage in the Holocaust at your local bookstore and online, of course. For more information about Marty and the book, you can log on to martybrounstein.com. That's Marty Brounstein? Brounstein, excuse me, .com. Back with more Bay Sunday right after the break. Stay right there.
Great.